Hey everybody, it's Lisa, owner of Peaches Skincare. You can visit us at peachesskincare.com, and I also invite you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see a little bit more about who we are and our holistic beliefs in skincare. So many of you were so impressed with the before and afters I did that I'm going to be doing more. In fact, if some of you have gotten my help via phone calls or help in other ways, please send along your before and after pictures. I think they're such value and they will help so many. You all loved the videos on Franchesca and Linda, so I'm going to do two separate videos, one on Franchesca and how I helped her because you had so many amazing questions, and then one on Linda and how I helped her. Now, mind you, I did not actually touch either of these clients. We didn't touch up their photos, and this just is proof that shows you that yes, science is amazing, but so is holistic, and so is having a little faith in someone that has done this for a long time. I really can help anyone with their skin, and a lot of you also said how lucky they were to get my help. I'm here and available to all of you, as long as you're kind and you ask with love and kindness. If you need me, we can email. If I need to see you physically, you can send me pictures and we can get on the phone and talk about how to take care of your skin. Now, Francesca's 35 years old, and these pictures, I'm going to have them shown again, and then if she sends me another one before we get this video up, we'll show you what's happening now a week later. But these were after a month, and we showed you the consecutive pictures. I forget the dates, forgive me, but it was essentially about a month, and it started with the first picture and then the last picture that she sent me. We are showing you her left side, but I will be showing you her whole face as well. She sent those to me. We'll try to get it into this video. If we don't, we will show them to you very near in the future so that you can see. But I really just wanted to show you maybe her worst spot or her cheek. Now, Franchesca had acne and scarring. When she reached out to me, it was on YouTube, and she just said, help. I'm doing everything everyone tells me. She had done everything a doctor had told her. She just didn't know what more to do. So when I got on the phone with Franchesca, she was so open and available to my teaching. She listened to every detail, not just one or two things, but everything that I expected from her. There was not going to be any more foundation or concealer, no bad sunscreen. And although you can send me products that you're using and I can look at the ingredients, I do know Peaches, and I have used Peaches skincare just for our clients. We kept it very special in our salons for the past 30 years, 25, 30 years plus. And I think that YouTube has been such a blessing because now I can share it with all of you, but I do know those products. I'm not sitting here trying to sell them to you. Of course, I would love you to buy them from me, but I can help you if you have other things. I just know how these work. So I'm gonna show you what I did with Franchesca. And we did this over the phone. We didn't even FaceTime. So essentially what I did is I had her set everything up in her bathroom. I'm going to be using clean bowls with clean water, but I just wanted to show you this. So one of the first things I want you to know is we need to get your gut health cleaned. Typically, I use Bragg's apple cider. This apple cider is by Kirkland. And what you want to look for is this cloudiness, and they call it the mother. And even on the label, it will say, including the mother, right on the label. So gut health is so important. I do believe in drinking lemon water. I do believe in apple cider vinegar. I've done it for years. There are so many things that apple cider vinegar can do for your body. And if you disagree with me, that is absolutely fine. If you want to base it on something that you've heard, that is fine. But I'm telling you what I have seen year after year with client after client. If you can't drink apple cider vinegar, try to take an apple cider vinegar pill. Just make sure they're organic and that they're pure. Now, what I do is I take a shot glass and I pour it about halfway. Then I take a little bit of water and I add that water to it, just like so. Okay, so give me a minute if I cough after. And I just tell myself this is good for me. Immediately chasing it with water. Now, the one thing you need to know about water, a lot of you are asking me how much water I drink in a day. This is constantly by my side and it's always full. I drink a lot of water in a day. If you think of your skin as a sponge, you want to hydrate that sponge. So we'll get more into that too, especially during my spring, I guess I'm going to call it spring skincare or restart. I'm going to talk to you about those things. So the first thing I wanted Franchesca to do is I wanted her to get her gut health clean. Then we walked through each step. So this is for someone who is very acneic and has scar tissue, but you'll notice I don't have products for every skin type because I don't believe in it. I believe we all have normal skin. It's what you do to it daily, weekly, monthly that changes it. It can be the foods you're eating, if you're on medications, if you're having menopause or hormonal, your body heats up. It's not that it makes you break out as much as you've got such a thick layer like Franchesca did. It was so thick and the nodules were underneath and very painful because her skin was pushing out all of those impurities. And that's what the skin does. You hear me say it all the time, largest organ of the body. It protects the muscles and bones. It helps to keep the temperature of the body accurate and good, and it also filters out all the impurities through the skin. But when you have that thick callus layer, they can get lodged underneath. When they pop on their own, they can leave scar tissue or redness. I've seen it with Accutane where it dries from within, but no one's taking care of the outer layer, and so it can leave a lot of scar tissue and redness. So I wanted to teach Franchesca how to get that callus layer off, but also how to extract her skin. So that was my main focus. Now, she had the whole line of products. We set her up with everything. And when we got on the phone, we just started with Flawless Exfoliator. You know I believe in exfoliating every day. I know that some of you get very panicky about that, and that's okay. It's what you've been taught. It's also the crappy products that are out there. This is very calming and soft. It doesn't have big chunks. It's very light. And all I did is I just had her start. So she exfoliated her face just like so, working it around. And I want to always remind everyone to work not only your face, get behind your ears, down your neck, and get down to your chest as well. Now, I like to do everything in the shower, but when I was on the phone with Franchesca, we just did it right in front of her basin. I like to let things sit a minute. You want to get those elements into the skin. Caffeine from the coffee, blueberries, pomegranate, gotu kola, hibiscus, the Botox flower. You want to let your skin drink that in. But the purpose of exfoliating first is getting all that gook off your face. At night is when our skin purges. It's when our body heals. Your skin purges a lot during the day too. But getting that off your skin so that when you clean your cleanser, which is so important, you hear me tell you that as well. People tell you your cleanser's not important, it just goes down the sink. Your cleanser should be face food. So just get all of that off. If I leave any on today, that's okay. We don't want to bore you. And if you're new to my channel, I do it AM and PM. I will do more facials. So we exfoliated the skin. Now, mind you, this is something I've done with clients for over 3 decades. We got everything loose. Then I had her wash. Now, typically, I will have you go right to your classic face food. You can also do Restore, and I did have Franchesca do both. Restore is more antibacterial. It was put in a smaller bottle to be brought to the gym. I like my teenagers to use it before doing any athletic things after school, when school was in session, and schools are getting back in session. If you were on your menstrual cycle, it was that extra antibacterial clean, and we wanted Franchesca doing that. So you'll wash with your face food first. And yes, these are all antibacterial, antifungal, but they're all doing very different things. Exfoliating to loosen, cleansing to feed. And you want to really work around your face. Now, do you need all those fancy tools? You don't. And I'll be talking to you about tools during our spring Get the Skin in Shape series. But you can just use your fingers. But I will tell you, I really massage around. I like to get the blood flowing. When you get your blood flowing, you're helping that largest organ of the body to oxygenate skin cells, to heal itself, and to really start to push things out. It's such a great thing, just like working out. You hear me say that all the time. We're going to rinse all that off, And I just had Franchesca rinse it all off. And she said, you know, a couple areas were sore, and I encouraged her to keep going. Don't worry about rubbing over a sore zit or any area that was irritated or uncomfortable. So just like so. Now, if you want to do your restore, and I did have her do restore because she had active acne, very white heads, very red and irritated, you would do that now as well. So for time's sake, I'm going to dry my face. And actually, we'll do baking soda next. So you don't have to dry your face until you get to the polish, but we'll do baking soda. Baking soda is essential to help you get that thick layer off. I did that with Linda as well. Yes, you have zits and you may have open areas and it's going to feel a little stingy, but that's okay. So many of you worry that we're harming the skin's barrier with baking soda. You're not, because you are cleaning before properly and you're feeding and nourishing your skin afterwards. So you're babying your skin. You're not just putting baking soda on and then not doing anything else. Also, I think that many of you don't realize that you can harm your skin's barrier with too hot of water, if your nozzle for your shower is dirty, if you're using bad product, bad sunscreen, and foundation. All of those things harm your skin's barrier. So what you do with baking soda, and I keep it in a sealed container in the shower, but I just had Franchesca take the baking soda, you get it a little wet into a little bit of a paste, and then you just work it around your skin. Now, if it feels too dry, go right ahead and add a little bit of water. Now, I have a very gentle touch. I'm just working it around my skin, just like so. Get behind your ears, get on your neck, and look at some of the comments of people that have had the courage to listen to me. It's working, and they're seeing a difference with the dark circles under their eyes, with scar tissue. You know, these are not laser treatments. These are not chemical peels we're doing on these ladies. These are natural, holistic things that don't temporarily fix your skin, but actually fix it forever so that you can then maintain it. And if something comes up, you'll know how to handle it. Now, you would work it all around, circular motion. Notice I have it on my face for a minute. If you have a zit or a scar tissue, it's okay. Just let it tingle. And I would say count to 10 and then rinse it off. Now, again, in the shower is a lot easier than sitting here using the 2 bowls. But just like so, just rinse it off. And I'm gonna go right over here and get some more clean water. And after you rinse it off, and again, anything you do to your face, you do to your neck and chest, and then I've had a few of you ask about back. You really do the same thing to your back as much as you can in the shower. I do see the value in a body brush for your back, but just think of your face, on your back skin, just like the face, your skin on your face. Now we're going to dry it. And this is where even Franchesca said, okay, well, am I over exfoliating? You're not over exfoliating. You're feeding the skin. These are gentle ways to get that callus layer off and help the skin do one of its most important jobs, getting the junk out of your system. So then we took polish. Now, polish is sugar, lactic acid, milk. It's wonderful. You've heard me say it before. It's based on what Cleopatra did to her skin. And I just had Francesca, it's very thick, so I'm actually putting my finger into mine, which I don't like, but I just did. Okay, so the polish is very creamy. You feel mild pieces of sugar. There's no plastics in our products. Everything is very organic. And I have her do it on dry skin. And again, I remember that first day, and Franchesca, if you're watching, you can even tell everyone, you said it felt a little sore, but yet your skin, you told me right away it was almost breathing. It was feeling better. And I just had her work it around into every little area, just like so. And again, you want to get behind your ears, work down your neck and down to your chest. And circular motions, just like so. Okay? There you go. And then we'll leave it for just a minute or so. I suppose I do my hair in the shower. I wash my hair, that kind of thing. And I'm going to just rub it off after maybe 20 seconds or what have you, just like so, okay? Now, if you're using actives at home, if you're doing anything like that, I do ask you to just stop for a little bit until we get your skin in shape. And I guess that would mean if you're doing a hydroquinone, if you're doing a retin-A, just let's get your skin in shape first, because really none of those things are value to your skin if your skin isn't in shape. They're actually going to cause more issues if the skin is not in a good place. And so many people get really nervous when I say stop your vitamin A or your retin-A, but we use a retinol that I do have you use, and then if you want to go even stronger later, that's when you do it. Once that callus layer's off and once the skin is really functioning properly. All right, we have gotten the polish off. I probably have a little bit left on my face just because I'm sitting here with bowls. And this is where I had Franchesca do extractions. The importance of extractions is so important to help the skin rid the toxins out of the pores. You cannot use a strip. You cannot use these crazy things that people talk to me about on TikTok. It's why I won't even go on TikTok. You can't just take some drink or put a prescription on your face and think all the blackheads are going to come out or all the whiteheads. And Franchesca's such a great example of that. You have to physically do it. Now, you don't use a needle. You don't do anything that aggressive at home. And I know that doctors and people have told you for years, and doctors do refer to me and they agree, that you can do this at home if you're gentle. But I know they've told you for years, don't pick it, but you have to get that acne out. So there's a couple things you can do. You can take a Q-tip and you can just simply go like so and just push around anything. Let's see if we can get the camera to come a little closer. And you can just push something. I don't have a lot, but I didn't do a facial this week, so I'm hoping I get a couple blackheads out. Q-tip, it's very soft. You don't want to use your fingernails or your naked hands, if you will. I don't love nail polish on the nails. My estheticians are only allowed to wear it if it's never chipping and they have to keep their nails short. You want to keep your nails clean, and I go by what nurses for years weren't allowed to wear. Now they can wear nail polish because they wear gloves and as long as they keep their nails short. But I really like you to keep your fingers clean, and you don't really want to touch those to your hands. So Q-tip, you can use a pair of gloves. You can just get a pair of gloves, put them on your hands and push them out. But for, just the sake of not everyone has the money to go out and buy a bunch of different things, you can take tissue and you just wrap it around your fingers to keep it soft, just like so. And I'm hoping you'll be able to see this. So we're just going to push out any whiteheads. Hopefully you can see that. I'm hoping John or Kent can just come and really help you to see anything coming out. Again, I don't have a whole lot, but I'm going to try to just do it without the mirror and hope that something is coming. And you'll typically find it on your nose. Now, what I told Franchesca is you want to start on your forehead. So you really want to look. Do you notice anything? Are you seeing any blemish? Let's see if I see anything here. If you're any little bump, just really look around for it. Anything that you think needs to be pushed out. And you'll just push gently on it. If something doesn't come out gently, try to leave it alone and let's see if it'll come out on its own. Many of you have asked me about milia. Milia does have to be removed physically by an esthetician. Not a lot of doctors will remove milia. They don't really take the time to do it, not sure why, but a good esthetician will remove your milia. And you really just work in a clockwise, or if you want to do counterclockwise, and you just look around your skin for anything that might be coming out. Ooh, I noticed a little something here. Let's see if anything comes out. Let's see if we can, is anything coming out of there? Let's see. And what's nice, you know the pressure that your skin can take. So we do have a little whitehead coming out, and sometimes it just takes you pressing on different angles. Press on one side, press on the other. Don't let the tissue rip, however. Just pressing to get that pimple out. Okay, and that a little bit came out there. I don't know if you're seeing anything. I asked Franchesca when she was on the phone with me, are you seeing anything? Is anything coming out? And she did say, yes, Lisa, oh my gosh, there's things coming out. And so you'll just work around being very detailed on your face. So I'm gonna really just make sure I'm not leaving anything on my skin. Also, you can do this every other day for a while if you want to. You can do a facial as often as you need to do it. And Franchesca was amazing for about a month. Well, she's still amazing. Okay, you can rewash your face if you want to after extractions. You can also just wipe it with a clean towel, just like so. And you can take apple cider vinegar. You can also use a hydrogen peroxide if you'd like to. So you take the apple cider vinegar and you simply put it onto a wet cloth and you just go around your face. This is going to kill any bacteria and fungus on your skin. Yes, it'll sting a little bit, even if you've, especially if you've done something that's an extraction or the skin just feels a little raw or irritated, but go over it. I have had clients with eczema that they thought was eczema that was actually fungal, or different things that were very patchy and red, and that's what fungus is, or that's what bacterial things are, and you just want to clean them. Apple cider vinegar is very nurturing and nourishing for the skin. So you'll just do it all over your face. And then I had Franchesca put her Milk and Magnesia mask on. Oh my gosh, I forgot my Milk and Magnesia bottle. So Milk and Magnesia comes in a blue bottle. John will show it here. And I know that some of you in Europe are telling me that there's some places you can't get it. So I'm not familiar enough with your brands. If you want to go to your local pharmacist, ask them what Milk and Magnesia is. Remember, people drink this for their stomach and it's really healing. So we're going to stop at this part, but essentially what I did is I just had Franchesca put Milk and Magnesia everywhere. Now, she has the whole line, but I made sure that she was wearing her Milk and Magnesia a lot during the day. Now, when she went back to work, she can wear Milk and Magnesia under her mask after doing all of her steps. Many of you asked, how many of the steps is she doing? Well, after doing her extractions and her apple cider vinegar, she may go on to her toner. She might go on to her serum. I do have Franchesca on Persagel. This is Clean and Clear. It is a time-released benzoyl peroxide. It's wonderful. Some people can't use it, but I'll guide you through it. And I also have her on Monistat 7. So you can do one part of the day, one another part, or you can put your Monistat on and then your Persagel. And then you just let it set and you go on to your serums and your eye cream and your moisturizer and your sunscreen. But when you're trying to get that active acne under control, because we don't want any more scar tissue, is when you put your Milk and Magnesia on just like so. And you want to wear this as much during the day as you can. If you can wear it under your mask at work, a lot of my nurses are wearing it under their mask, that will be even more beneficial. And then once the active acne is cleared, we can start working on the scar tissue, which is what we did with Franchesca. She kept extracting, she wore her Milk and Magnesia to bed at night, she wore it during the day, and then we started, after we got everything clean, we still did the regime, then we start to work on the scar tissue by doing a lot of the same principles. You're not having acne to deal with, and so you're able to get rid of that callus layer that shows the purple scar or the red scar. I hope this helped you. I hope that this answered some of the questions many of you have had about Franchesca. Again, she's 35 years old. The pictures were after 1 month, and if I can, we'll add in some pictures today. And if you stay tuned, the next video is going to be on Linda.